Welcome to the Epg Patashala. Dear friends, now we are going to discuss the topic authority, power and responsibility. This is the part of public administration course and the title of the paper is Introduction to the Public Administration. I am Professor Y. Pardasarathi, Head Department of Public Policy and Public Administration, Central University of Jammu, Jammu. And this discussion of the course of authority, power and responsibility is having the four important objectives. Number one, we discuss about what is actually the meaning of authority and the role of the prominent scholars who discussed about authority and other things. The another important aspect is what is the concept of power, how we can understand the power. The another important is what is the reasons of the declining authority in the present governments and the states. These are the basic objectives of the course of this authority, power and responsibility. What is authority? As I think it's happening about authority. Authority means a simple understanding of somebody's ordering or saying something, you are listening. Why we listen? Your father calls you or mother calls you to go and bring some sugar or salt, oil from the shop. You will go and bring. Why? You are accepting their authority and you are accepting their authority and doing the things. In the same way, if you are in a college and the university, a teacher asks you to write something. A teacher asks you to prepare some practical thing or write laboratory work or etc. etc. I will ask you. You will accept it and you will do it. Why? He is having an authority, you are accepting that authority. So, same way in offices, organizations, governments, everywhere, the person who is sitting at the highest level, he is having an authority. Not only the person sitting at the highest level, every person is going to have an authority, but there are restrictions and limitations on where to act, what to act. You are not going to listen to your mother asking you to do something about writing about the notes of a particular thing. You listen to your lecturer, which is the subject is your related, where you are able to understand, then you will write. So, authority is having a particular bounded limitation also. Because administrators are not perform all the functions in an organization. Definitely it has to be distributed the powers from the top to down. So authority in a classical school of administration is a structure. The structure is based on a hierarchy. Like in a hierarchy authority, the powers are distributed: top man, second man, third man, fourth man. So this is most important is that to do something, to get the work done, to see the organization functioning, a person needs one type of a legitimate power. That is called authority. That authority in organization has come from the rules and rule of law. Now we'll see what is the meaning of authority. Authority is basically to command others to do something or to refrain something. You do it, or we are asking you to stop to do it. Both the ways. That is authority. A police fellow asks you to stop, wait. You will wait. A principal is asking you to go to there some other place. You are going. So this is one of the important. And this authority provides a free zone of an area for the administrators to do various things in organization. This is an important meaning of the authority is concerned. Because without authority, then administrators cannot function the various activities in organization is concerned. Authority actually is basis for the formal organization. Without authority, there is no organization. Fully knowing or unknowingly, we are listening to somebody in every place. At the same time, we are giving orders. You are giving orders to your brother to do something. You are giving an order to your friend to do something. They are accepting you. They are accepting your authority. It formally creates superior subordinate relations in a systematic manner and in a coordinated organizing manner. A boss is saying something, somebody definitely will follow and listen. So this is one of the important aspect is running of the formal organization, which is in the hierarchical structure, needs an authority for a smooth functioning of it. For example, you read about Oxford Dictionary's definition on the authority. It says the power to give orders and make others to obey, moral or legal supremacy, the right to command. It is legal, moral, anything of it. Accepting mother and father is immoral. Accepting a boss or a principal or a lecturer is illegal. So authorities are a different type of things. So in a classical theory school of public administration, they accepted the authority is going to be top-down approach. It has to start from top, slowly authority will come down to the down level and the lowest level of the authority is concerned. For example, if you quote about 2-3 important people and their important definitions of authority, you take about Henry Fayol. Henry Fayol says authority is the right to give orders and power to exact obedience. Right to give orders, because of that right to give orders, and this provides a power to exact the obedience. A person is going to loyal, obedient to his boss because of his order and authority. At the same time, J.D. Mooney, another important writer on administration, he considers that authority is the supreme coordinating power. Without authority, there is nothing. See, even for example, if a believer says that God is having an ultimate authority and power, he can do anything. Even in office, a manager is having an ultimate authority and power. Because of that, whole systems are working about it. So authority is key to the management. Authority is key to the administration. Authority is basis for the formal organizations. Without that, there is no function. There is no activity. There is no top-down approach or bottom-up approach. The whole things will become anarchic in situation. That's why authority is one of the important aspects in the literature and the study of the public administration and functioning of the organization. Whenever you talk about a Chester Bernard, another important personality, according to him, the authority is the character of a communication in formal organization, by virtue of which it is accepted by a contributor or a member of organization as governing the action he contributes. See, according to the Chester Bernard, this is another important man in the social system school of public administration. He says authority is a communication. It is a communication which is given by the top boss to the another person, one boss to the another person, and he accepts and it provides him what to do, how to do the things. This is the one of the important aspect. So ultimately, whenever we come to the meaning of authority is coming about, the superior influence his subordinate with his authority or a power legally provided. He cannot ask for other things, legally provided authority. Again, whenever you are taking an authority, depends on the acceptance of your subordinate and the capacity. Why he accepts? He is going to accept, it is comfortable to him. He is going to accept when he is capable of doing it him. When he is not accepting means it is not comfortable to him, or he is unable to do the things, he is incapable of doing the things. This is another important problem of those. Then automatically the important aspect is authority is not just giving an order, just giving a something, using your power domination, creating a situation for the person to accept, creating a particular type of a method of an infrastructure and environment for him to do, capable of doing the things. If he is not knowing something, you have to explain. He is unable to understand, you have to clarify. His communication is not perfectly has given, then you have to go give a clarification and the definition what exactly you want. So hence authority is going to be accepted. So some of the points like Chester Bernard says, authority is not in the hands of the person who is issuing orders. The value of it once it's accepted by the subordinate. If he rejects, there is no value, there is no authority, there is no authority. So, according to him, Sir Chester Bernard, authority is a myth. It has to be accepted by somebody, some other person who is working in the organization. This is one of the important aspects. For example, you take about a classical school again, Max Weber. He is the man actually has given 3 ideal types of authorities. Max Weber, who is a man created the structure of bureaucracy, not the word of bureaucracy, created the structure of bureaucracy, where now all over the world, all governments and organizations are following the same thing. But how he has given what is according to him, what is an authority? He has given about 3 ideal types of authorities. And he says, authority is a universal phenomena. According to the Max Weber, authority is a universal phenomena. According to him, what is public administration? According to him, public administration is authority. What is authority? He says ultimately, authority means domination. Authority means domination. Is like one of the classical school of the system. Authority is between the ruler and ruled. Authority is a domination in the old systems are concerned. So Weber actually defined authority into 3 types. Number 1, he defined as a traditional authority. What is a traditional authority? As we discussed in the first part of the lecture, traditional authority is that some of the ethical and moral aspects are involved. Traditions are involved. Why? If cigarette smoking is wrong, but your father asks you to go and bring a cigarette packet, you will go and bring it. And you will tell him cigarette smoking is wrong. But you can't tell him cigarette smoking is not correct, that's why I am not bringing. You can't say that. You will accept him. You will go and bring it. So, this is a traditional authority. There is an ethical value that you are respecting your father and his things, and you are doing, though you are interested or not interested. The ethical aspects and moral value systems, whatever it is there, ultimately it is going to happen about that. In a traditional authority, people values legitimacy comes from the beliefs and traditions. What is the sanctity? Belief and tradition. You will go to a bus, the old man has come, without unconsciously will get up and ask him to sit. Why? There is some type of a value. A pregnant lady has entered into a bus, you will offer a seat her to sit. Why? Because it has come the legitimacy of sanctity from the traditions and the beliefs. And the leader under that type of authority and that type of a system exercise authority by virtue of status he is inherited. Whatever king's decision was final. Decision is final. Nobody will question. King is a king. That's it. Nobody will question it. Because the ruler is obeyed because of traditions are demand. The king is accepted. The prime minister is accepted. And everything is happened because traditions are dominated. Ethics are dominated. The another important aspect of it is, he said another ideal model after traditional authority, charismatic authority. What is charisma? Charisma is some of the, not exactly we say the supernatural power. Some people are having some type of a power. This power, according to the Max Weber, it is not going to come by birth. The supernatural power is not going to come by birth. Because in some type of a psychological situation, whenever you are weak, you are going to be attached to a person's words. Then you believe him. Or whenever a society is in a crisis, wherever society is in a crisis, all the people are crying because of something happening. Then somebody will come and tell something, and he will preach a new things, and it is going to be proved or something happen. The whole society follows him. In a crisis of a situation, charisma is going to be born, according to the Max Weber. It is not that a person is born with a ultra supernatural powers, that's why he is dictating. Not at all. In the societal systems, somebody will grown up like that and his charisma will go on. Hitler dominated the Germany, and he was the reason for the wars and the reason for many things. But he was having a charisma in the German society. Even now the people who follows Nazi party and his rulers was one of the great failures, great rulers at the time and all these things. Though the whole world says Hitler is wrong. Hitler was wrong and doing the things at all. Like that, Stalin was having, it's in a communist ruling system and other things. Stalin was also, because he won the war and he protected the Russia and other thing has given, it has given to him. Even Mrs. Indira Gandhi was the Prime Minister of India, was a Garibi Hatao, this type of things, 20-point program. She has brought new things that people believed that she is a messiah for the society of a downtrodden and other things. Some of the cinema heroes, they got a charisma because of their actions, and they came to the real life like an MGR, like N.T. Ramarao, even like Jayalalitha. They have some charismatic authority. In this charismatic authority, they are going to enjoy one authority. With that, they use their power to control the people. This authority is also accepted in the society. The follower here, he just follows this authority and believes and accepts the boss. He never questioned it. Here, the authoritical system is going to be a master-servant relation almost. In a traditional authority, master-follower, different type of system. In a charismatic authority, the charisma is like that. They just follow the master. No other questions about it. Whatever he says, it's final. Whatever he said, it's final. You can see a lot of religious leaders, a lot of other clan leaders, and they say that earth is going to complete by so and so date. All the people will come and stand on a particular hill. The people will go. They have a charisma. So they believe him that whatever he says. So these type of things, according to the Max Weber, charismatic authority is another model of authority. Third model of authority, Max Weber talks about legal authority. What is a legal authority? Legal authority means according to the rules and regulations, the authority was given. Your authority is not in a traditional, like a moral and ethical value based. Your authority is not like a charismatic, that you have some natural powers, you can control and other things, or created some type of a heroic systems. It is a rules and regulations. The rules and regulations means that in a system of accepted authority, a ruler is basically based on the rule of law which provided or giving authority to him. A teacher is delivering a lecture. In a particular time between 10 to 11 o'clock, a legal authority has provided him to teach so-and-so class. He is teaching in the class. There is a rule behind it. A principal is appointed for a college from so-and-so date, so-and-so date, so-and-so year to so-and-so year. After that, he is a normal man. Another man will come and take over the seat. A prime minister is elected by the people, and that's why he is there, is sworn in as a prime minister and continue. In the next election, if somebody is going to be elected, he is going to come and occupy the seat. Why? All these happening because of the rules, regulations, constitution, systematized methods of it. You cannot do it all. Like it's a game, you have to play a game in between. In a carom board, somebody is playing a white coins, you are taking a black coins, and you have to play like that. The rule is created. Game, otherwise there is no game. So the same way is here that, and at the same time, obedience to the law, obedience to the rule is an important legally established impersonal order. Not only rule, Max Weber says the whole structure of the bureaucratic system works on the basis on impersonal order. You are respecting and receiving the orders of the chair. The person who is sitting in the chair is immaterial. You are respecting the chair. People will come and go. The chair is going to be occupied by somebody. We are respecting the chair. This is one of the important aspects of authority actually was developed by the Max Weber. He called as an impersonal order. This was one of the innovative aspects. You are taking orders from a principal, you are taking orders from a manager, you are taking orders from a general manager or a chief executive. The person is immaterial, order is important. How the order is coming? Order is coming from the position. How the position is coming? How the position is there? The position is based on rules and regulations and etc. etc. This is the Max Weber in his bureaucratic structure said authority is like this. Whereas another important personality like Mary Parker Follett, she differed with this traditional theory of authority. She criticized both method and substance of issuing orders. She has said, Mary Parker Follett actually has written about authority, responsibility, coordination and conflicts in organization and etc. She believes that a manager's job is not just giving orders. A manager's job is to manipulate workers to accept it. That is the duty. And she believed that there should be unity among the people whoever work in the organization. Otherwise, organization is not going to be successful. And authority is not belongs to a person. Largely, it is an organization. Everybody has to take the orders from the created situation. And she says that if a mother is asking the son to go and bring the water, and son is playing very much serious about that, and he denies and declines. Whereas instead of shouting on him, mother has to create a situation until unless you are not bringing the water, I am not going to cook and we are not going to eat, then it is going to be delay for your school. The explanation of authority, the explanation of order, which is going to be accepted by everybody in the organization. So Mary Parker Follett has created, she said about the important aspect of authority is not just issuing an order. You have to be unity of a group, you have to take the orders from a situation, and the manager's duty is to create a situation without a questioning of the order. That is the success of the manager is concerned. Another important man is a Chester Bernard. He said, acceptance on the basis of theory of authority. First, as I said, he defines authority as the character of an order in a formal organization by virtue of which it is accepted by a contributor or a member of organization. So he says he is not a member, he is a contributor to the organization. What is a contributor of organization? This is because he is contributing, you are contributing, that's why organizational system is working. According to him, authority is a matter of acceptance. It is not a domination by somebody. A superior and subordinate. Until unless a subordinate is not accepting your order, there is no value for your authority. So your duty is to create an order, to create a situation that he has to accept order. Because this comes about Chester Bernard's important aspect of this authority. According to him, authority is just a myth. You are thinking that you are having a power and you are having authority, everything. It is a myth. What he says is communication will be accepted if it is authoritative. Whenever if an authority is there, you have to be a clear communication system. And when the people are going to accept authority based on the four important aspects. Number one, their intelligence. Are they able to understand exactly what is there? Intelligence. Then the order is consistency with the purpose of organization. We are working for an organization, whether your order is consistency with the purpose of organization. And two, is it a compatibility with the interest of the personal interest? And the four, physical and mental ability to comply. So number one, a person will accept authority when his intelligence, he is able to understand it. Two, consistency with the purpose of organization. Three, compatibility with the personal interest. Four, physical and mental ability to comply. Otherwise, people are not going to accept authority. This is what actually Chester Bernard explains in the how to understand the authority. So he says about, Bernard in addition says about whenever authorities, there is a zone of indifference. Acceptance of authority is based on the zone of indifference. That because in a particular situation, for each and every person, there is a zone. Acceptable zone, unacceptable zone. So he is not going to accept it. He is unacceptable for him. So he will enter to a zone of indifference. So the duty of the manager, duty of the executive is that identify a particular situation that he is going to obey the orders. Further, he says, instead of a formal organization, you can create an informal organization in the organization. Through that, you can influence the person, accepts the orders of the authority. Again, another important personality in continuity of the Chester Bernard, Herbert Simon. He said that authority is a relationship between two individuals, one superior and other is subordinate. Fine. But he said, expanding and extending the concept of the Chester-Bernard's authority, the zone of acceptance, the zone of indifference. A person is indifferent, you have to pull him to the accepting thing. Whereas Simon says, there are 4 basic motivations of subordinates to accept the orders of the superior. Number 1, he says about the rewards and sanctions. So you'll give that, if you do this work, you're going to be reward, you're going to be sanctioned. Legitimacy, as Chester-Bernard said, as per the orders of the organization is concerned. Social approval, the group which is going to be accepted, and subordinates' confidence in superior's ability, the acceptance. Because once a boss is giving an order, how the subordinate accepts? He has to have a confidence on the ability of the superior also. Some of the organizations, just he declares, all the people will accept it. Why? Because they accept the superior's ability. He is an intelligent man, he is a wise man, he is a visionary, then he is giving all these things, let us work for it. Nowadays, even in political system, and we are seeing that president is a visionary, and in some other countries, our president is a visionary, he is giving this type of a thing, we have to work for it. Our prime minister is a visionary, we have to work for it. These type of things also created in this country, that they believe that he is a visionary, he is a capable, he is man, understand about, and he will take the country to one point to another point very perfectly. So these are the important aspect of the understanding of authority by the various scholars. In continuity of the Mary Parker Follett, Chester-Bernard and Herbert Simon's authority, explanations and definitions on authority, you can see the Adjoni's argument on the authority. He says authority is a key variable in the organizational behavior. He says that there are three kinds of authority is going to be there: coercive authority, normative authority, utilitarian authority. So he ultimately says that the normative authority is the most important one, because you have to convince the people and do. Because of the domination, authority is not going to be accepted. Because of a threatening, the people may accept, but the result and efficiency is not going to be the understandable and acceptable the point. So utilitarian authority, it is going to be useful for the people. Utilitarianism, authority is going to be utilitarianism in the things. So the normative and utilitarianism authority is explained by the Adjoni in his writings of the on authority. At the same time, we can identify 3 different types of authorities also. Number 1, line authority. Line authority means line agency, staff agency. These are the things we have studied in public administration, in various part of the principles of administration. What is a line authority? A person who is working straight away in organization. Like that they say, a military person who is fighting in the border. That's where we have taken a line agency from the military to the public administration. So line authority, the person directly working with the people, he is a ground man, he is taking care of the each and everything of it. Then you take away staff authority. Staff authority is another important point of authority, where the data and the research data and everything of organization is going to be given by the organization. A staff agency means a supply agency, means it is going to give a suggestions, it is going to give a recommendations, it is going to give a opinions of the important aspects of it. Then what is the functional authority? The functional authority which is there in organization according to the rules and functions of the systems are concerned. So there is authority is divided. Line authority is a different one, where a person is working on the ground directly, is taking care of the things. Staff authority, staff is a supply chain, give the data like a research, policy things and how the things are happening. Functional authority, where the people are working, there is a relation between the one to another one, is a functional authority. These are the 3 authorities also the part of it. At the same time, authority, whenever we are discussing, what is a power? Power is also another word is that. Power is defined as an ability to get the things done despite the will and resistance of others. In a human societies, generally the people will not accept immediately. You have to have some type of a power. From where this power is going to come? What exactly is the power? Power, a people is required. So Max Weber says, Power is the probability that one actor within a social relationship will be in a position to carry out his own will despite resistance. The authority is that, what is the power? Through the authority you are getting a power. Otherwise not. Traditional authority. What is your father's authority and father's power on you? Because of traditional authority. What is the king's authority? Because he is having a lot of military and other things. His decision is the final, you cannot question him. What is a military rule? Military dictator, he is a dictatorship man, he is having a power, he can do the things. From where it has come? It has come from the authority from where he is existing. So, Chester Bernard also defines power in terms of informal authority. How can you do? Don't do directly. Do it informal levels. Control them through different type of things. Mary Parker Follett, she says that power is the ability to make the things happen, to be a causal agent, to initiate change. So one of the important aspects is, whenever in organizations, the power is again, it's a personal strength of a person. From the authority, everybody is getting a power. But how it is going to happen? It's a personal strength, skill of a person who is using his exact authority to do the things. It does not have the legal base how he is doing it. But sometimes the people enjoy the power because of the personal things, personal traits, group supports, and though everybody is having a legal authority, but some people are going to do it more powerfully because power differs from authority. People use power through the authority. That is one of the important aspects. Whenever you talk what is power and what is authority, what is the distinction or differences between it? Authority is a legitimate authority. It is based on law. Power is based on a strength, force, command and threat of punishment. Though it's not directly is not having a legitimacy. Though power is coming from authority, but the power, what you are doing the power, the process of authority, how you are using a power, it differs. Authority serves in a formal organization, whereas the power serves in informal organization. We can betterly control the people differently. Authority is a well-defined, formal and finite, whereas the power is informal, undefined and infinite. The defining the character of authority of legitimacy, while the defining of the power is threat, force, coercion, domination. Power is going to come from the domination. Ultimately, everything is coming from an authority, but when you are using the authority, power is another important aspect. Power is not having a legal base, but it is going to do. What are the sources of authority? The sources of authority is in administrative agencies. Number one is law, rule of law, constitution, powers, whatever the structures we created and everything. Then tradition. So tradition, you are getting authority from the top to bottom, from the traditional aspects, a traditional basis. Another is a delegation of, some of the authority is delegated. Delegation means is one of the important principles of public administration. For example, a municipal commissioner is preparing a budget and he delegates his power to an accountant or the next officer to prepare the budget. He is delegating his authority to another person is called a delegation. After the work completes, the power authority will go back to the first person. So this is one of the important is, these are the sources of authority. At the same time, you have a limits to authority. Authority is subject to the following control of to prevents to misuse. Otherwise, if you are giving power to everybody, so they say about the power corrupts and ultimate power corrupts ultimately. This is what we are talking about. Full power you are giving to somebody, he will do everything of anarchics and dictatorships and everything is going to come into the society. So there are controls. Number one, legislative control. In India, for example, legislature is the highest, parliament is the highest body. It can control the executive authorities. Then ultimate power stands in India with the parliament and the people's representatives. So they can control the executive authorities. They can't take decisions whatever they want to do. Second is judiciary, that is the courts. Courts can stop whoever is doing something, who is doing an excessive power, excessive authority beyond the rule of law and beyond whichever the things are given to them. Then courts can stop in the name of a stay, orders and etc. etc. Press and media. The another important aspect is nowadays, this is a fourth estate, the press is going to write against and they can open it up, these things are happening in so-and-so organization, so-and-so department, so-and-so person is doing like this, etc. The people will fear to the press and media. Then civil society. After the 2000 and other things in India also, the civil society organizations and NGOs are working very well and doing the things. The civil society organizations also controls the threats because of the community-based organizations, non-government organizations, so etc. They are going to do it. Social audit. This is a part of the governance. We are talking of the social audit and checking of the social things. Social audit is another important aspect that people can do, organizations can do. We have a right to check a Gram Panchayat accounts or some other thing accounts, organizational accounts, what exactly happened. Lokayuktas, though we have tried for the Lokpal, which hasn't come so far and about, Lokayuktas and the various state levels, they are controlling and they are the representative of the citizen control systems and other things like a judicial control. We are talking about a citizen controlling mechanisms of the Lokayukta. People will go and say these things are happening and other places ask the Lokayukta to intervene. This is happening and things. So, but one important aspect is coming after seeing of all these authority and power. Slowly states are declining the rule, their authoritative things. Authority of the state is declining in the globalized period because of the various corporations and multinational corporations are entering and they are dictating the governments and the things, and international organization like a UNDP, World Bank, and they are dominating the things and etc. This is one of the important aspects is coming. Nowadays the states are not unable to control the things about. So ultimately we are coming about, we are discussing the important aspect of authority. What is an authority? So we discussed important aspects, what the meaning of authority, definitions of the authority, types of authorities, and at the same time the important people of like a Max Weber explained about the three types of authorities of a traditional authority, charismatic authority, and about the legal authority, which he said a rational authority. Mary Parker Follett says authority is not a dictating another thing, it is not controlling, taking care of the people and they are able to understand of it. Chester Bernard said in social systems school, authority is a different aspect. It is instead of indifference activity, we have to accept them through informal organizations, indifferent zone. Then whereas the Simon's point of acceptance zone of authority we have seen. Attigoni's model of three types of authorities we have checked about it. So this is authority, power and responsibility in a society. Thank you.